Hi everyone, I hope everybody is doing well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you guys all here, both old and new subscribers alike. Okay, so there's an emperor. Can I please even start? Can I start with the introduction? We have an emperor on the table. This is somebody in masculine energy that at some point, they were trying to one-up you. They were playing a lot of mental games. They were just not in the right energy. Okay, this is somebody that you had some kind of love connection. Here's a 10 of Cups in the past. The fact that I see it, back there means it was a past connection. Somebody that played a lot of games. The fact that I see this Emperor sitting here with this chess piece always stands out to me as somebody that's very strategic, especially next to the Five of Swords, but this doesn't have such a positive connotation. It's, could be somebody that was very controlling, manipulative. Doesn't mean that they didn't have good qualities about them, okay? Because if you fell in love with this person, it obviously was for a reason. But for whatever reason, they were toxic. They had toxic traits that took away from everything that could have been, everything that you could have built on. They have a dark entity attached to them, and it probably stems from something they've gone through in childhood, etc. Very egocentric. The fact that somebody wants to connect with somebody, and instead of basing it 100% on love, they're basing it even on strategy in any kind of way, is indicative of somebody that at some point disconnected from themselves and started confusing love with control, etc. One-upping somebody, playing some kind of a strategic game to get in your mind, because swords signify your mind, your intellect, your thoughts, and that's very unfortunate. But I really do want to introduce myself. Can I please, Spirit? But everything on this channel, every reading on this channel is going to be a different experience. You guys know that if you've been here for a while, and they're timeless too. I'll introduce myself in a second. But what I'm getting from this card, though, if you see this same person that had these behavior traits, they're not suffering because of their own behavior. Absolutely. And I've never noticed, how many times have I used this deck? The Light Seers Tarot, it's called, in case you're wondering. How many times have I used this deck? And I've never noticed this particular part of the image. I'm like wiping it because I can't tell if this is part of the image or if my card is stained. No, I think it's definitely part of the image. No, I can't tell if it's part. I have to Google this image. So I can't tell if those little red spots, can you see them? Because now I have the light off. If those red spots on the bottom here, on that glacier, is part of the image or if it's a stain. I actually think it's a stain. But it's just such an odd color, because what it looks like is blood. It's kind of, I guess it gives my card a different meaning, but it literally looks like there was some kind of kill, not of a human, like it looks like National Geographic when you see the poor little baby seals being eaten, and off the ice, or the penguins, and it leaves off a trace. I'm laughing because I've never noticed my car had that. I don't think it's the original image. I definitely think this got stained. Nonetheless, what you see back here is a man rejoicing, right? Looking up at this light. It's as if at some point they were playing some kind of game with you. And they thought that they were free from you or free from something by getting away from you or doing something to you or pushing you away. And they felt like they were winning. But with that blood behind and that with the fact that he looks right there like he has a major headache, that means that this Emperor is definitely regretting their decision on how they handled their situation with you. There's major regrets here. Major regrets. They're realizing that they possibly pushed you away and you were the exact person that was brought to their life to bring them love. That you guys could have really actually built something together, 100%. That blood, though, I don't like it because it looks like, however the heck that color landed on this image, it just gives me the impression of like that they realize that they have left a trail of blood in every relationship that they've been in. Right? Not literally, obviously, because that would be something concerning that we wouldn't even be talking about on this channel. I mean, as in figuratively, like a trail of heartbreak, of like a bleeding, painful heart. And I feel like they've realized that. They've had some kind of realization about the things that they've pushed away in their life. The thing is that I'm also channeling some kind of tower. I don't see it here, but I'm channeling. This is where I can maybe sneak in my intro for once. Welcome to my channel. 7 minutes in and I'm gonna give you my intro. Guys, I'm also a medium, so my main ability is channeling. I'm just saying this for those of you that are new, because at this point you might get confused when I start mentioning tarot cards that you don't see on the table. But my main ability is channeling, like picking up on the energy. So I see things, I'm connecting with those on the other side. I have visions and I share those visions, and then later on I'll pull cards. There's no particular spread, and they'll probably confirm the message, etc. But if I see cards, if they're showing me, they communicate with me by showing me cards a lot of the time. So I'm gonna, even though you don't see them, I'm seeing them. So a lot of the times, if I just, there's only 3 cards on the table, and I'm like going on and on in this reading, and you see the time passes and you're like, she's just talking and she's not pulling any cards. It's part of the reading. Like, I'm still connected, right? And I do want you to know that every reading is timeless if you're new here, and every reading is a different experience. So you can feel free, click videos, go through all of the, like anything that stands out to you if you want to watch it, even if it was from last year, a year ago, 2 years ago. It doesn't matter, because time is an illusion, right? And you're never guided anywhere for no reason, okay? And I don't believe in the message. This may or may not resonate, because that's just not how energy works. You're pushed somewhere. You were attracted here for something. So even if everything here might not be for you, something is. And I do want you to know that every reading is an intuitive exercise. I also like to point that out, okay? Meaning I could be talking about love the entire time, but you're a part of this energy. Like, we're doing this together right now, right? So, however, because there's so many of you, think of energy as a cloud. I have that image, right? I always explain it that way. I'm gonna give you like the little details, like the specifics based on like what's the most, what is more concentrated in that energy. If the majority of you I'm picking up on in this collective that was attracted here, this energy is relating into your life and love, like that's going to be the detail I'm going to pick up on. But that doesn't mean that you're not a part of that energetic cloud, because that's why you were attracted here anyway. So if you know that this energy, like the whole thing that I'm saying, like the same situation, every detail I just gave you, you're like, that's definitely happening in my life, but it's happening between me and my pet. That's just an example I'm giving you. Obviously not. Those little fur babies can't hurt anybody, those little babies. But I'm just trying to be funny. It could relate in your career. It could relate with family. You can interpret it in that way. What you shouldn't do is force things to fit. Like, if you know that, okay, like that particular detail, like nowhere in my life. Don't just force it, but if you know you're resonating in whatever department, you can interpret it that way. All right, moving on. I had to put that out there for those of you that are new. So I'm seeing, though, you see, I saw the Ten of Swords, which is like there was some kind of ending. Not in a great way, though. Because the Ten of Swords is the card that, like, and I saw it with the Three of Swords, which is yikes, right? So the Ten of Swords is the card that always leaves people feeling backstabbed somehow. Like, and or feeling like you just, if you don't feel particularly backstabbed, like this person did something to like specifically like harm you somehow, it's definitely getting to a place where you just can't take it anymore. Like, that's the Ten of Swords. Like, you're just mentally, and swords signify your mind, your intellect, your thoughts. It's getting to a place where you're just like, I have had enough of the bull-ish in this situation. I am depleted. I am dead. Like, I'm letting myself bleed out. I don't even have the energy to ask somebody to save me. It's done, right? That would be the Ten of Swords. Okay. It's just like it's just an end. It's too much. It's just too much. The Three of Swords is the card of heartbreak. So there was definitely like, it just got to that place where it's like, I've had enough. And it might be that you got to that place with this person, but also it's cumulative. Like, maybe you had it in you at some point to go through things and you could hang more, right? Or you can deal with it, but you've gone through so many heartbreaks in your life, right? And I'm not laughing like it's funny. I noticed that I do that. Once I played a reading back and I noticed that I giggled in like a really weird point. I know that's one of my, I've done that since I was little. Don't take it personal. I have like a really nervous laugh. It is so unconscious. Anyway, but you've been hurt so many times that this time you're just, you're like, it's kind of like a throw the baby out with the bathwater kind of thing. Like, you know what? I'm just go. I'm not going to put myself through this anymore. Oh, no, thank you. Right? Because the Three of Swords is the card of heartbreak. Yeah. But I also saw, and I'm relating this to this person, like, they were in a very different energy last week than now. I saw the Tower card and like I just channeled it, and I'm also looking at this. It's just right in front of me, and it says crayons, and the crayons says 8 crayons, right? And for those of you that are not new, what do I always say the Tower card means to me? 8 days. So there's something in particular about the past 8 days. Like, I don't know if they were suppressing or like, because I'm getting that energy. Like, they really felt like they dodged the bullet with you or something. Like, they felt like they really, and they didn't take any responsibility for their involvement in anything that happened between you. Because again, something happened. Because I'm channeling it. I'm seeing the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords. I'm channeling. I'm seeing it. But something in the past week, I don't know, maybe they saw something or someone said something triggered, because the Tower card, with not just being a card of 8 days, it's also a card of sudden upheaval, something sudden, some kind of shock, or an epiphany, like something just hit them. And that happens sometimes. Have you ever like just people have epiphanies all the time. Have you ever just scroll, and this might be the situation. Have you ever just like had a video come up, whether a reading or or one of those psychologists or somebody or a motivational speaker or something pop up on YouTube, and they give like a list and they talk about something, and you just have a moment where you're like, I never thought of that, or like, that really seems like me. I can really resonate with that. And like all of a sudden it makes sense, right? Or you read a self-help book and you're like, I've never noticed that I do that or that or that, you know? And it's one of those situations where like literally you could have gone your entire life doing something, and all it takes is just the right information at the right time. I just saw the Page of Swords for that. Page of Swords is always for me like the card of getting information. So that could be for someone that's pure channeling right now, that they're just like, you know, and it triggers like some kind of headache, because it makes you really have to self-reflect a little bit. Or something happened with someone that in their life and someone else effed them over, and now that's when they realize what they had with you. 100%. But I'm getting whatever it is that happened in the past 8 weeks. I'm feeling this person's energy like heavy. Whoever the hell it is. Heavy, heavy. Heavy as hell. Okay? I saw the Tower. I saw that. I saw those cards. I also saw the Nine of Swords, though, which is another heavy card. But I'm getting into all them. Like, you're minding your damn business. And good for you. This is all their energy. Remember, the Emperor was the first one on the table. So all their energy I'm picking up on. And I'm going to tell you something. Most of my readings, I rely on channeling. But when you see that most of the information that I'm getting is channeling, like, when you see that most of the reading is just me straight channeling, it is the most accurate reading. I know. And it's crazy because the reason I don't post readings like that, you know, I rely on the cards. Well, I channel, but I also pull a lot of cards. I can give you a full-blown reading without any cards, and I don't do it because people like to see the cards. But I do notice when I allow myself to go into this trance state and just channel, it's like always, at least for me in my life, when I'm channeling something for me, it's like the details come in stronger for me. So I'm gonna just let myself flow right now. Yep. Because I saw the Nine of Swords for them. The Nine of Swords is, they're not in the Eight of Swords. They already passed that. The Eight of Swords is self-imposed imprisonment of their mind. They're in the Nine of Swords, like straight up already. The Nine of Swords is sleepless nights. I mean, they might still be sleeping well, but they're anxious. Like it's something's running, like they're ruminating. This is somebody that has a tendency to ruminate a lot. Like if once they get like a thought in their mind, they become obsessive with it. They can't stop thinking about it. And I'm also seeing like, you might not be talking to this person. I just saw an image of like the Two of Swords, Hanged Man, Hermit. More like a hanged man energy, right? Because I don't think that you're like not like genuine, like not speaking to this person. And the hanged man means like feeling of stuck, like this. Maybe you just stop talking to them suddenly or something like that, or vice versa. Because that's when there's like a stuck feeling. It's not like there's no introspection involved in the situation. Like there's just no talking. So this person's stress level is high for some reason. And they're thinking about how to communicate with you. But they're like, the more that they're thinking about this stuff, the more it's piling up. So I feel like you are going to hear from this person very soon. That might be with the Tower card, which I keep seeing. Again, I'm sorry if I'm not pulling the cards. I am gonna, but I'm just telling you what I'm saying. I wonder if that's why I see the Tower card, because the Tower card's 8 days. Like in the next week that this person's just gonna hit you up out of nowhere. But and they might just say something really insignificant, but you're gonna feel the energy. Like it's gonna come with like a wave of like their stress. You know what's crazy though is that I feel like when you were open and ready to allow this person into your life, like you saw them as your Ten of Cups at some point. You saw them as somebody Like at some point, you envision them as someone you can build with. Maybe you guys already have kids. There's 2 children here. You know, maybe you guys already have children. For sure. Maybe whether together or on your own, you envision having children with them. For some reason, you just it's in the energy. It was in the energy. You guys are sitting on a rainbow. Like you could have thought this person was your twin flame, your soulmate. You thought that you guys can grow together. You thought that you guys were perfect for each other. You thought that even if you had problems, that you could always work it out together. You really had faith in this person, and this person really let you down in the way that they showed up and they treated you. Not saying that you're perfect, but I'm getting more the energy of like, you realize that this person put a lot more energy work focusing on your reactions to things and never took accountability for how they showed up in the situation. And now that you are separated from it, you can see like, I really was open to building this 10 of Cups with this person. I really wasn't as bad as they try to make me out to be. It's really manipulative. That's what the 5 of Swords here. If this person even tried to make me feel bad about myself, maybe this is the kind of person that always gave excuses as to why they couldn't commit to you or why they whatever. And they started really eroding your self-esteem. And at this point, it's like, that's what I'm saying. So now you're at a point where it's like, even if this person realizes this now, like you don't have any desire to reconcile. I just saw the 6 of Cups in reverse, which is like the not wanting to reconcile with this person, because now you see, you have, looking back at the situation, even though you felt this for this person, you really did think they were a twin flame. See, she has a tattoo, an infinity symbol on her arm. The impression that they left you with, like you can't unsee those traits in this person. You know? Like you feel like they manipulated you. And they played with your heart. And there's an element of them, you have come out stronger than before because of the situation, but there's an element of them like trying to make you feel bad about yourself. Like they were very manipulative in that way and controlling. Maybe they were the reason why a lot of arguments started in the first place. And you realize after being away with them that you're in peace. So that says a lot, right? Listen. Oh, look what's at the bottom. Go figure, right? 9 of Swords. It's them. They're in this energy. 100%. It doesn't even matter what, like, how I put the cards on the table at this point with all this channeling. There's the 9 of Swords, which is the anxiety, sleepless nights, etc. It doesn't matter. In this card, it shows a feminine. In this card, it shows a masculine. It doesn't matter what gender you are. But you know what's interesting, though? This is also energetic. If you have been unable to sleep at night, you've been having anxiety, you don't even know why. It's their energy you're picking up on, because you still are connected with this person one way or another energetically. So it's like you don't know why you've been feeling very anxious, but you're picking up on their energy without even realizing it. Yeah. All right. That was a lot of channeling. Like, that was a reading within itself. I could just leave it here and I just gave you a whole bunch of information, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Dude, it is hot down here. This is the basement. It should be colder. And I'm also, sorry if you're hearing gross sounds in the background. Like, I'm stuffy. My nose. And that's giving me allergies pretty bad. Ew. Something's giving me allergies. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, I got it. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I can't focus when I'm like this uncomfortable. Right now, I'm gonna have to wipe my eyes and nose a little bit. Just sorry, this is so gross. At least you can't see me. So stuffy. All right. Turns out that I'm human after all, guys. Turns out that I'm actually a person. Look what's here. Go figure, right? I almost dropped this whole glass on the floor. That would be a very bad idea. Hold on. Turns out that the tower is here, huh? Yup. Tower. There it is. Sudden upheaval, sudden event. 8 days. I think I channeled these two together, actually, the Nine of Swords and the Tower. It's like, and it's interesting because the Tower in this deck is depicted as like a field with butterflies. And so this person was just going about their life and they were hit with like a sudden shock about something. And it's like they want to, since this was like the first card, it's like they want to undo and start over, but they're getting but they are just being hit with the realization that they can't undo the perception you have of them, and they can't start over. And an opportunity to have something beautiful absolutely was ruined. And that's causing them a lot of stress as they're realizing it. They're realizing that it might have gotten to this place at their own hands. And they're stressed with the fact that they know that it would be very difficult at this point for them to change your perception of who they are. But I don't know why. Like at some point they had some kind of false sense of winning, but it was like an empty win. Like maybe they like pushed you away to a point and then they got a new boyfriend or got a new girlfriend or whatever, and they realized it was just like a rebound or something, and now they're like, fuck, I can't take any of that back. And they're, you know, I really destroyed something that I didn't value, that was actually very valuable. Because maybe things weren't perfect between you, but you were a good person. And you loved this person. And you put effort into this person. And you put belief into this person. You put faith into this person. Regardless if things weren't perfect, you at least put yourself forward to say, I'm giving you my time and my energy. And that's more valuable than a lot of the little of the crap that people offer today. Because there's a lot of people can hug up on you and kiss up on you, but not a lot of people are gonna actually put the effort into like being there, regardless if you have issues and wanting to work on things or you know, like actually putting effort into showing you that you matter. You know? Something like that's going on here. The heat that I am feeling, and there's no air conditioner in the basement, is as such, which is crazy because I just came to Jersey from the Dominican Republic, so you would think that I'm like this would be a piece of cake for me, but it's hot. When I start to feel this hot, you know what it is too, when I get into like, when I really start into channel, when I channel like that, I always notice that it raises my body temperature. It does. It does. But like, I really want to be able to hang, because when I get hot like this, I can't focus on readings. Like that's one thing on this earth that really like flusters me. Like, you know, like it really gets me off my game. All right, Spirit, tell me why this tower is here. I mean, we already spoke about it, but I want to speak a little more with you. I want to speak a little more. Hold on. I want to speak a little more. Ooh. to speak a little more. Got the Eight of Wands that just flipped out here with the Eight of Swords, you know. And that's so, oh, and the Ten of Swords we channeled. Damn it. Yeah. You know, did I say Eight of Wands? I felt like I don't know if I said the Eight of Wands or I was just talking about speed. I think I did. But I can't guarantee. But I remember, I feel like I'm, because I did see it, but I don't know if I said it. Welcome to channeling. I have no idea. The Ace of Swords, Eight of Wands. It's like someone, like this is, the Eight of Wands is very rapid movement. This is someone with the Ace of Swords, okay? Communication. Someone coming with specially, I specifically said, tell me more about this tower. You know, not just the situation, the tower, which is the sudden upheaval, the sudden event. What's the sudden event? It's the sudden communication. Is this person coming at you with all of this energy, all of this fire, all of this information, all of this energy while you're here with your eyes closed? That's what I said. Like, you are at a point where you like are minding your darn business. Like, you have already, see, there's like see the math equations down there. You've put two and two together about who you think this person is, and though at some point you saw them as someone that could be everything, like you really, and I know that hurts when you really like envision someone as being potentially somebody very special in your life. Like, you really, just the fact of putting yourself in that energy where you envisioned being with this person forever, or growing with them, or you even envision it being a possibility, and them playing these kind of games or leaving you how they left you, right? That is painful enough where, again, it's very hard to come back from that because you've already made your calculations. See, you've already made your calculations. You feel like you've Ace of Swords. You have clarity. It's already ingrained in your mind that this person, at some point, I felt that they killed that. You know, they didn't show up for me. They did this, they did that. They were a manipulator. You have all of these ideas of who this person is. It's going to take a fucking miracle for this to change, because they've already implanted that in your mind. You know, had this person had these realizations or stepped up from the beginning when you were like obsessed with them, so to say, like in love with them, like ready to travel to them and see them and be with them and move in with them, or this, or I want to work it out, we could do it. When you had all these thoughts and ideas and dreams in your mind, if they would have acted right, could have made something happen. But now that they already put that idea of who they are in your mind, like that, you can't eliminate that anymore. They didn't show up when they needed to. The thing is, so like now you're in this place where you're like, you know, your eyes are closed to the situation. You've already healed from it. You've already deduced what you deduced about the situation. The Ten of Swords has already happened, which I said, the Ten of Swords is like that feeling of backstabbing, like I just cannot take it anymore. And it's interesting because in this deck, the Ten of Swords doesn't show, in the traditional tarot, the Ten of Swords usually shows somebody on the ground, 10 swords on their back, bleeding out. This one's not so gruesome. Like, this one's actually beautiful because this one shows like the aftermath. It's like you already got there. And look at her. She's looking out into the horizon like, okay, but I'm still going to move on. Especially since it came out with the Fool card, which is taking a leap of faith, having a new beginning. Like I'm ready to, and she has a crystal in her hand, you know, for healing purposes. Like, I'm healing myself. I've already calculated what this was, what the situation was. I'm closing my eyes. I'm accepting the truth. Okay. I'm all of that mental manipulation, which is the Five of Swords. It's still sword energy this person put me through. I'm closing my eyes, and you see that beam from the middle of her head. I'm letting that out into the universe. I'm releasing all of that. I'm releasing all of that. I'm moving forward. I'm taking leaps of faith into my life. I'm healing myself. I'm just going to pretend like this didn't happen. I mean, I acknowledge that it happened, but I'm not going to let it affect me from moving on, finding the love of my life, etc. I have to move forward. Like, that's the energy. That's where you're at right now. And then the thing is that you're in this energy, but this person, while you're in this energy, comes forward out of nowhere with the Eight of Wands, which is aligned with all of this energy that they're in, that we just spent literally like almost a half hour talking about. Like, you're in the energy I just described. Like, I'm moving, like, that's it, done, I already accept this. And they want to come bombard you with all this energy, with all their realizations and wanting to show up differently and wanting to come back into your life. But there's a difference, because it's even more stressful, because this is different. Because before, let's say if you ever had separations with this person would come back, but you were receptive to their energy. Now it's a different dynamic, because you've already processed the 10 of Swords. Like, I'm done. Like, I've had enough, right? And now you're completely closed off to the situation. And now this person is not confident that when they come back that you're going to even see them in the same light. So there's that added, like, 9 of Swords energy, that anxiety, that, and with reason, because and they're right. They're actually picking up on the truth, because what I see here for you is you've already processed the anxiety they put you through, okay? And you are living your life, freeing yourself. So with reason, they feel antsy, because they know that they don't even know how they're going to come back from this, you know? Kind of thing. Yeah, and then, you know, and then look, and then, see, we did channel the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is the communication, right? This could be like a text message, a DM, and we also channeled, how did I channel this card? The way that I channeled this card was, that's interesting, because I channeled this card as, like, you know, the Page of Swords. I gave the example of, like, ever finding a self-help book or something that just, and she's literally reading here. Again, the gender doesn't matter. And something, you read something, you're like, damn, I'm like that. And then literally she has light bulbs, and the light bulbs turn on, you know, with this information, and you're like, oh, you know, and then from that moment on, you see life differently. I feel like that happened to them somehow. They had some kind of realization, but they kind of had it at a moment where you don't, like, they've done too much. And again, look at the cards that came out. Like, look at the images, look at the images. Look what it looks like. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is you walking away. You had a cup left there for them with the fire in it. That look, fire, passion. But this is the Eight of Cups. So I don't know if you can see the card, but you see there's like shadows where the other 8 cups were, where the other 7 cups were. There's one left there, you know, meaning like that one's almost sinking. The other one's already, you know, sunk. They're already underwater. There was one left that's not sinking. You put flames in it. You're like, I'm burning this into the ground. Like, I'm walking away. All of the cards that show you is the same energy. Like, you're walking into the sunset, new horizons. You're abandoning. Cups signify your emotions, your heart space, your love. Like, all the passion you had for this person, all the things you have for this person. You're just, you know, what are you gonna do? Live your whole life dreaming about something that never was, or that somebody left, or that somebody told you they didn't like, they didn't love, that they didn't appreciate. You're gonna waste the quality years of your life focusing on that shit? No, you're gonna go find somebody that loves you and realizes, like, damn, this is a good woman. She's a good mother. She would be a dedicated wife. She really loves me. she really wanted that with me. She really wanted to be with me. She really wasn't with me for superficial reasons. She just loved me for me. She was willing to work things out, etc. Once you get to a place where you give that much to someone of your heart and they don't see the value in that, that comes with like a feeling of disgust, right? I don't know if you can relate, at least for me. If I ever give that much to somebody and it is not appreciated, my body instantly goes into like a feeling of like, you disgust me. Well, I guess maybe is disgust the right adjective? It's more like I get repulsed by the person. It's, I guess, you get turned off because like, how much can someone hurt you? And so you respect yourself and say, no, I'm not. No, you don't deserve that. But see, that's what I'm saying though. So you're already at that place, but now at the 11th hour, there's a Knight of Swords, impulsive as hell. This is literally the 11th hour. It's literally an image of this person running to catch up to you. Running. He is running. How you're gonna, but they don't even know how to approach you because your back is turned, your eyes are closed, your eyes are closed. Look, your eyes are closed here, your eyes are closed here, your back is turned here, your back is turned here. You feel me? God, may you please decrease the temperature of this basement. I wish you could see. My God, I'm wearing shorts and a loose t-shirt. That's not even tight, so it's not making me sweat. It's a man's t-shirt. I like those. I have to sleep in those. Fuck that sexy shit. Give me an extra large t-shirt. Hanes, preferably. Just the plain ones. I love those. You know, there's no reason for me to be sweating this much. It is hot down here. I can't even focus on the reading. I feel like this could have easily been one of those 2-hour readings, but I'm going to have to cut it short because I am dying. Oh my God. God. Jeez. You would never think that I live in the Caribbean for the past 2 years. Hold on. That was the Eight of Swords that just flipped. They were in that energy. I did mention that. Self-imposed imprisonment of their mind. They don't even know how they're going to approach you. Now I'm going to pull a different deck. I've been using this one for a little bit now. Let's, I haven't used this one in a while. This is the, what the hell? Look. Did you see that? Uh-oh. Is that even fair? Dude, half of the freaking deck from this deck was mixed in with this one. Listen, if it's whatever. If those cards weren't meant to come out, if they weren't meant to come out, and it's whatever. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, the cards that I channeled are here. That happened. It's just, I didn't even, whoa, how'd that happen? Damn it. I'm going to have to go through all of mine again. But look, of course I split the deck. Of course I split the deck. And look what's popping out here. You see, as I'm like, it just like, what I was going to say, if you're new, if I split the deck or like a card just flips out and it's one of the cards that I channeled, I have to pull it out because that's what they do. Now we're going into stage 2 of this situation because now we have the Tower and the Hanged Man. Why'd they have to make this bat look all demonic? Have you ever seen fruit bats? Oh my God, I'm obsessed with them. They're so cute. I never knew that they were so cute. Not like some bats are hideous, I have to be honest. They're just really ugly. But the fruit bats, like the Asian fruit bats, the ones that look, they literally, maybe it's because I have chihuahuas. They kind of look like chihuahuas. It reminds me of my Ricardo. They have the little spiky ears and they're dark and they have like a cute little, and they open their mouth and they make these cute little yawning noises like donkeys too. Oh my God. And then just with wings, I'm obsessed with fruit bats. Don't judge me. And they're not as scary when you know all they eat is literal fruit. I'm obsessed with them. They made this one look so freaking demonic. But that's what I said. Like, I didn't get hermit energy. I got hanged man energy, which is like stuck energy. And that's exactly, like, they're just confirming what we channeled here, which is what we spoke about. It's like the tower happened, the epiphany, like the shock happened. Like, they want to come back. They don't know how they're fixed this, but they feel stuck because now they're in a situation where they don't even know how they can change your perception of them at this point. Like, they don't even know how to approach you. They don't even, they let too much time pass too. Like, they don't even know how to come back, like say something to you without being awkward. How to even start this conversation. They don't know. They have a feeling that it's not going to be received well at this point. Like, they just know that there's so much damage that's been done, and they're stuck between. They're stuck between letting the tree just burn down and saying, I guess this is my karma. I'm still going to reach out to them, because I did see that. Either reach out to them and just say, hey, they might just reach out and say, hey, I just want to tell you that I care about you, or I hope that you're well, right? When what they really want to say is a lot more. They're in between doing that or like just telling you everything that I'm sharing with you. But they're not sure that it's even worth it, because they feel like it's a lost cause. And if that's the way they feel, then by all means, Spirit, let them stay there, because that means that that's somebody that hasn't learned their lessons in regards to love, right? In the same way they didn't appreciate everything, you know, your presence in their life in the past, how much do they appreciate you or love you if they don't feel like you're worth it to at least fight for it a little bit, you know? That means that, and that, you know, at that end, if that's the case, they need to stay there. Is this a Nine of Swords? Sure is. I know this is the wild unknown tower. I know the images are a little like funky to say the least, but every time we've gotten twice now the Nine of Swords with the tower. Now they're explaining the next part that we said. It's like, okay, they had the tower, but now they're in their head. Now they have anxiety again, because now they know, like, you're not talking to them. Now they feel stuck. The fact that this bat has the red eyes like that, I feel it's like they're burning up inside. Their thoughts are really all over the place. Because they know, because they really, they recognize that too much time has passed. Okay, let's see. Tell me more. Hold on. Let me shuffle this a little bit more. I just got like, the heck? It's a weird cramp in my belly. My belly area. All right, but I'm fine though. Totally fine. Just one of those random spasms. All right. It's the same cards that we channeled, but they keep coming out over and over again. It's a Ten of Swords. They know that they left you stuck. They left you in your head. And that at some point, Ten of Swords, they left you feeling backstabbed. So now they feel stuck and not knowing how to even approach you with the situation. Like, how are they going to even change your perception of them? They know this. This bull here, I don't know if you can see the image because it's black and white and I have the light turned off, but so the bull has a sword through its eyes, which is like how they're aware that they don't know that you're going to see them any different anymore. And I think that what's really killing them is that they also know that at some point you saw this with them. You saw a rainbow in them. You saw something within them that I don't even think they saw within themselves. You really believed in this freaking person, even if they didn't treat you the best. which you didn't have to deal with, but you believed in this person. You saw something in their core that made you stick around this person. And you held on to that longer than I feel like anybody would, because you really did love this person. And they never accepted it. Instead, they beat you down for it because of their own issues. They provoked reactions in you, you know, because of the way they were treating you. Maybe it led you to react to them, because you start to harbor a lot of anger towards them, etc. When someone's rejecting your love like to that much. And maybe you stayed there and did too much. Maybe you stuck around a little bit too much, for too long. You did too much for this person. And you know, maybe you see the error in your ways too, because you realize, you know, when someone is emotionally closed off, even if you did see this love within them, like, just pushing isn't going to help. Pushing just makes them go further. And also then you start feeling even more backstab, because you're giving more than you're receiving by choice. And that's fine when you're in a committed relationships. Whoever tells you relationships are 50-50, that's bullshit. Relationship is never 50-50, especially if it's a marriage. If you want it to last, and you're going to know that it's not always 50-50. You're going to know that there's going to be periods of time where this person's depressed and this person's going through something and this person has to pick up the pieces. Sometimes it's going to be 60-40, which is, you don't even notice that it's that off. But sometimes it's going to, or let's say you have a child. And sometimes and the one person's working all day and one person, you know, in those instances, some periods of life is going to be 80-20. A successful relationship understands that, you know. But I feel like that's understood when you're in a relationship. This could be someone you were in a relationship with, but I keep getting, like, for some of you, like, this person probably never even made it, like, official. Like, it was always kind of, like, you, because I just keep hearing, like, you invested more than you should have for your given situation, you know? And then they just appreciated less and less. And they were moved instead by other things, superficial things. Right? Maybe you guys had a lot of arguments and they said they couldn't see themselves with you because you were argumentative. Little do they know you were argumentative because you were trying to fight for them, because you loved them. They didn't see that or appreciate that, don't even understand that concept. Then they go be with someone that's easy, right? So maybe they never push for anything and they're easy, but they're also easy and easygoing because they don't give a fuck about them, so they can care less to argue about anything because they're not even that interested in the first place. You know, they have nothing to push for. So it's one of those things. They just didn't appreciate you at all. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that there's going to be a reconciliation here because of everything that I'm saying. But, and as soon as I said that, look what comes. But then I have the Devil next to it, and then I have the Lover. So this is confusing, you know? And the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords here, what color? See, the Six of Cups is here now, which is someone from the past returning. This is somebody that you have a lot of roots with too. Okay? This may be someone that you've spent the situation to go on for a while with this person, right? Whatever, it runs deep. The Six of Cups is reconciliation, but then the Devil came on next to it, right? And the Lovers. And now the Five of Swords is here again, which is the energy that caused all this in the first place, which came from their controlling behaviors and all that. The fact that I don't read reversals unless like it really stands out to me. That one did. With the Devil here, the Devil could be an obsession. Right? So it's like with the Lovers of Six Cups, so this could be like for some of you, like they might even get obsessed with like not letting you go, with like making this work again. But for some of you, what this means is they're going to want to reconcile, but you see them as a devil already. So it's like, you know, like you remember, even if like this could have been a prayer, like, okay, you want to reconcile, but all I see in you is the fact that I loved you and you played games and you were the freaking devil. So what is this person going to do? What is this person going to do? I told you. Two of Cups. They want to reconcile. They want to rekindle with you. This is the Two of Cups. This is a union. This is a friendship. This is a partnership. This is love. They want to start over, but they also know that you don't. That I'm not sure you even want to talk to them. What just fell on the ground? Five of Wands. Yep, this is some kind of conflict right here. See, the Five of Wands is conflict. That's the conflict. But you know what's interesting that I'm getting from this Five of Wands? The Five of Wands also means like fighting towards something. Like they want to fight towards something. I mean, usually it shows the Five of Wands, not the Five of Swords, I meant the Five of Wands. If it's that connotation, it has images of like many people with many wands like fighting together towards something. There is nobody holding these wands. So they almost feel like they're alone in fighting towards this. There's some kind of conflict about this person wanting to come back and wanting a union. They might say that to you, but again, you're very closed off to it. You see this as death already. You don't want to transform this. They do. So this is where it becomes like, yeah, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is karma, karmic lessons, etc. This is where it becomes like, and this is also like the Wheel of Fortune also represents free will. This is the part of the reading where like how this goes is going to be dependent on your free will and their free will. But it was definitely this whole situation was definitely written to culminate this way. Like you were meant to be right here. This situation was supposed to happen exactly how it's happening right now. Because the Wheel of Fortune is the wheel of fate. Like this was fated to happen in this particular way for whatever reason, whether it's lessons you had to learn, they had to learn. It's not an accident that any of this is happening. That's for sure. And that applies to everything, but for sure. What's the most likely outcome then? Hold on. But why the Ten of Wands? The Ten of Wands is burden. Now it's the Empress. The Magician. They're being very open-ended about this. For a lot of you, like you don't want the burden of this person in your life. You want to create something new. You feel like this person's energy is a burden at this point because of the way that they showed up. And maybe you feel like, you know, yeah, you felt like you wanted to create something with them. But again, the way that they showed who they are, like what you now have healed and realized you want in your life, you don't really see that in them anymore anyway, because of, you know, how they've showed up. Like, you know, your perspective on wanting them has also changed for a lot of you. Yeah, you see, because the Chariot's here, which is could also be like wanting to move forward. Like you don't even have interest in this shit anymore. They used to feel very hot for them, But now you're starting, like, you took the rose-colored glasses off, I guess, so to say. And now you're like, okay, but now I realize everything. Like, it wasn't just how this person treated me. You know, because they showed you aspects of their personality that I don't even think you want to deal with any of this stuff in your life. You know? Like, maybe they don't have a lot of ambition, and now you realize it's not just about how they treated me, but this person has financial issues that they don't plan to get out of. I don't want to deal with that. You know, I'm not going to have my heart broken and deal with someone's problems. Or I went to their house, and now, you know, when I was like in this situation, it didn't bother me because I was so in love with them and so obsessed with them. But now I look back and I realize how fucking messy their house is. Like, I don't want to deal with that shit. Or like, now you're noticing the little things. Like, when I was with them and every time I needed a favor, hey, bring me to Target. I want to go to the supermarket. I need help. Like, I need this. Can you please help me? Or whatever. I don't have a car. Can you... They never, you know, they put themselves first. They didn't really think about you. Okay? They didn't really go out of their way for you much, even though you did. So, like, again, like, you took things that were not such a big deal for you at that moment, or like, now you realize, like, you don't want a person like this in your life. Again, but it's probably... And I'm not sure if there's these things, you know, but you feel like there's just so much that you've realized about this person that even if they came back saying they had realizations, you feel like there's no fucking way that they changed all these aspects of themselves. Like, there's none. But I feel like that's the thing, is like, this person realizes that it would take a miracle for them to change. Literally, look, Hanged Man and Judgment. For them to change your judgment of this person. That's why they feel stuck. Hanged Man. 100%. You know, this is tarot too, but I always pull it for the messages. Give me a message about this other person's energy. Hold on, and I wasn't done with my question. About this other person's energy. Tell me something that I need to... Yeah, look, 8 of Thought. Just the 8 of Swords. And then look what's at the bottom, the Seeing Clearly. They confirm everything. This one's for you. I don't even have to read it. So, like, even just that sentence alone, the Seeing Clearly, it just confirms everything that we just said. Like, you took the rose-colored glasses off. So, but they know this, though. Like, they might have not been aware that they didn't. Like, they could have been the person, but again, they left you, like, really not taking accountability for anything. But I feel like they're very aware of everything now. Well, it's just part of life, right? 8 of Thought. This is for them. It's the 8 of Swords, which is the feeling of being in a self-imposed imprisonment of your own mind, feeling stuck. But I'm going to read it. You may feel as though you're restricted by the circumstances you find yourself in, but that's just an illusion. Make a promise to yourself to refuse to be stuck in a situation that's making you unhappy. Don't wait for someone to come to the rescue when you can free yourself. Literally, I love Spirit. They confirm everything. That is how I said, give me a card for them. They feel like they're restricted by the circumstances they find themselves in, right? Like, they feel like they have no way to fix this. Like, there's no hope here. Again, here you are, you're minding your business. Like, you don't even know. You might be feeling that this is happening energetically, but like, I'm seeing you just la-di-da-di-da, like, living your life, and all of this crazy energy is happening, like, behind you from them, right? And they're also, because they're in this energy between, like, they feel restricted, but they also, you know, don't want to continue to be unhappy. So they want to reach out. Like, you know? And then I said, this is a card for you. Seeing Clearly. It's time to view things from a different perspective. You have the blessed gift to see past the current situation and envision amazing possibilities. Don't worry, the pause in momentum while you rethink your plan won't last. Embrace your uniqueness and allow it to serve you. Right? I'm getting that this could have been someone that really, like, they took away, and I said that before, especially with that 5 of Swords energy. They made you feel like you weren't unique. Obviously, you would be together. if the fact that we started with this card, man, this is a beautiful card. The fact that you saw them as your rainbow, the fact that you saw them and you envisioned them as your rainbow. And it's interesting because I'm talking about the masculine, but in this card, right, like the person in feminine energy is the one like holding him so tight, right? So it was you. Like, the fact that you felt like that and then it ended up in this situation makes me feel like this person with the mental manipulations somehow was like gaslighting you or making you feel like you weren't unique. Because if they felt that way for you, then they would be with you. They wouldn't want to lose you if they felt like you were they really took it upon themselves to affect your self-esteem, make you feel like you weren't special enough for them or something like that. And fuck that. So yeah, they come back now like seeing things different, but like, you've already done enough to me to make me feel really bad. No, you didn't appreciate anything. You couldn't see it then, you know? It's that kind of energy. It's like, once you affect someone's self-esteem, like, you can't undo that. And I feel like this person knows that. But again, with the scene clearly, it explains like what I said, that like now you see this person just completely different because they got you to that point. Give me another card for this other person. Oh my God, the heat, man. The heat here. Lord. About this, where's this other person at? Three of Thought. That's the Three of Swords, which I channeled, didn't come out before, because they wanted to confirm to you that it's them in this energy right now. Oh my God, they're feeling all of the heartbreak now, and now that you're already healed from it, almost like you've already let it go, it's now that they're feeling it. Yep, 100%. Three of Thought. Loving angels surround you to heal and comfort you. The sadness you feel will fade away in time, and then you'll be able to see how clearly important this situation has been for your spiritual growth. Take the time you need to forgive yourself and others so that you can embrace your future with joy. So they're heartbroken by the situation, right? They are. They're starting to feel... They went from, like I said, they went from being the Five of Swords over here, which is like getting away with, so like I said, to ending up feeling like crap about it. Like all the realizations, all the sadness, etc., is hitting them now. And give me another card. Give me a card for you. Out with the old and with the new. I mean, you can't make it up. They are so... They confirm everything. It's beautiful to watch. You know? Out with the old and with the new. Heaven is showing you a sign that it's time to move on in a new direction. Often this is because you're not happy and feel a lack of purpose in life. This is a wake-up call to make changes that match your heart's desires and spiritual truths. See, you're seeing things clearly now, and you want something new. For some of you, this might be a stepping stone for you to come back together with this person, you know. That is where the free will aspect comes in. But for a lot of you, especially with the... I'm just telling you, but the energy where you're at right now is... Which is where their stress comes from in the first place, is that you're in this energy. You're like, I see things clearly, out with the old and with the new. Like, this is where you're at. Where you're going to be, whether it's actually, you're actually going to find someone new, or you're going to, you know, that's going to depend on your situation. But I'm telling you where you're at right now. And this person knows. Give me a card for this other person. From the Southern Oracle. Were you raised in a barn? Poor manners, lack of tact, discourtesy, impoliteness, social grace required. They now realize that they really acted like shit. That they didn't treat you right. Like they acted like an animal. They didn't know how to treat a woman or a man, a person. Give me a card for you. I'm telling you, it's stone ground grits. Kiss my grits. Number 15. No, thank you. Walk away. Refusal. Know your worth. Self-respect. Strength. I mean, I'm only laughing because it's to me, it's funny. It's beautiful. Because what Spirit does after, like, after 15 minutes, I could have ended this. That's what I always say. Like, I actually feel like I give readings better when I'm just channeling. That's when I can tap in more. The rest of the process is just Spirit confirming that I'm not pulling it out of my ass. It's just, I have to get up for a minute. The heat, now I'm melting in my shorts. Like, actually. You know, like, at this point, that's what they do, and that's the beauty. It's like, for now, they just want to show you, like, that I'm not pulling it out of my ass. And it's not for validation of me. Like, who am I in this? Nothing. This is for you. It's to show you that there's more out there than just us. The Spirit exists. Spirit is real. And that confirmation, because Spirit knows, you know, the thoughts create a reality, right? So they like us to, they do things like this, like they're confirming to this degree, so that we can continue to also, on our own, as soon as you end this reading, like, to pray to God, call on your angels, tap into your own intuition, like, you know, because if they're talking to you through here, they're talking to you too. They're going to guide you through this. And also they want to ease your mind a little bit by letting you know that they're there. Give me another card for this other person. This is literally the Tower card of this deck. 41. It's blowing up a storm. Sudden momentum. No, it says strong momentum, sudden change, necessary shakeup, transformation, and hope. They still are hanging on to some kind of hope that they can transform this with you. Like, they are doubting it's possible. The energy, the thing is, though, that you are minding your sweet ass business and don't know this is going on. Give me a card for you. Why would this card not pop up? Sweet as a Georgia peach. Kindness, tender care, charm, beauty, flirtation, delicious experience. It's like, you're just minding your damn business, basically. How's your mom, number 3? Your roots, no, sorry. Your people, reach out, strong roots, connection, presence, reunion, foundation. And underneath this tree, it says family tree. So you're focusing on your family. You're trying to create strong roots. You know, you're trying to create your foundation. Because like I said, it's like you realize, and which is what I said, that like with the Kiss My Grits and no thank you, walk away, your worth, it's like that you don't want to deal with this because you want your experience with whoever you're with to be delicious. You know that it should be fun. That they should appreciate you. That, again, it says sweet as a Georgia peach is kindness, tender care. That there should be tender care. Someone should be nurturing you. Someone should be creating a foundation with you, a family with you. There should be no confusion. They shouldn't be making you feel like you're not worthy of that. You know what you're worth. I feel like this person, because they weren't stepping up, they really started to fuck with your worth. And don't let anybody fuck with your worth. Screw that. But that was a lesson for you. It's like the moment that this person was playing games with you and you know, making you feel bad about yourself, or even triggering you to act like someone that you know you're not. Like they really were bringing you to a bad place. That was your lesson to know and to walk away, not to create a trauma bond with someone and like stick to them and hold on to them when they're not reflecting what you really love about yourself to you and appreciating you and bringing more of that out in you. That's what someone's supposed to be in your life to do. Someone is there to appreciate you, to make you feel special, to enhance the beauty that you are, that you know you are, not to not to deprive you of love, trigger you, make you feel bad for not quenching their, their insatiable appetite for admiration, validation, not feeding what they want at the moment, and then also allowing you to stick around the entire time to then make you feel bad about who you are, making you feel like you're not enough. Fuck that. Fuck that. That's not love, And someone that treats you like this wouldn't, in this energy, you don't want that. No way. Remember that you need to set a foundation with someone. You can't grow with someone like that, right? So that's where you're at. The thing is that this person had a realization now about this stuff. But again, how do you change your perception at this point? That's where they're at. That's the thing. Where it ends from here, I don't know. That's where it's going to depend. 23, how far are we? Almost. Steady progress, stamina, travel, a road trip, enjoy the journey. That's where it's going to be. This is where it's going to be your individual journey. Where it gets to that point. Jeez. Oh my God, look what's at the bottom and then look what's at the top. That's where it's going to be your individual journey. Whether it's a separation or a reconciliation is going to depend specifically on your situation. Here we have healing family issues and soulmate. Healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. Either way, this whole situation comes with a lot of healing, lessons, and you're going to end up with someone that's absolutely your soulmate regardless. For some of you, this separation between you and this person happened just so that you can both heal these things that were holding you back in the first place. Because the foundation of all of the things that happened between you were because you both had family problems. Okay? And then somehow you guys are able, which would be like a twin flame journey, come back, reconcile, because this is your person for some of you. But I'm not going to say that's everybody, okay? I'm not going to say that's everybody. You know how, because the divine one, you're going to know. You're going to know. You're going to know. But don't just forget that this person was deceptive at some point. It's interesting because then look at the cards that come out here. It's safe for you to love, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And then deception. Someone's wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Because the lesson here, the karmic lesson after this situation was for you to be able to decipher and what true love is, right? What true love actually is. They're not going to tell you right now. They want you to be able to learn when it's safe for you to love and when someone's being deceptive. Okay? They want you to be able to figure that out. Because for some of you, this is true love. You're going to reconcile. But for some of you, this person's deceptive. And they want you to... I can't just do it all for you. They want to know if you can tell the difference. Because then it brings you closer to yourself. By being able to tell. All right. I'm going to pull Lover's Oracle. Take this into account. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. That is very true. Unless the person is an abuser, okay? Then you still shouldn't criticize them, but you should leave. Okay? Don't just magically accept somebody as they are if they're treating you really poorly. But I think that we know what it means in this card. Forgiveness is needed here. Here, forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Don't make your decisions based on guilt, what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. I want a message from this other person to you. What does this other person want to say to whoever's watching right now? Hold on. I guess there's two messages. This is what the other person wants to say. The other person is saying, manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess, equally so. The qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. What else does this other person want to say here? Jeez, what the heck? Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. That they want to heal this with you. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities in your life. They want a new beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. But then we get only time will tell. That's where Spirit's like, only time will tell. I don't know why I'm being guided to pull one of these, but I'm gonna. Passion, trust. Passion isn't confined to sexual energy. Life is meant to be felt. Don't hold back. Trust. Trusting your intuition and what you are feeling, sensing, or experiencing. Communicate. Communicate with others more freely. Speak up. You have the right to be heard. This is what they're dealing with right now. They are trying to gain the strength, literally. They're trying to gain the strength to trust their intuition, what they're feeling, sensing, and experiencing. Like they want to say to themselves that they're not just missing you or something like that, so that they can communicate passion. The thing is that, like I said before, you're just minding your damn business. Okay? Like you're just minding your damn business, and all of this is going to come at you like those 8 of Wands that I saw. 100%. What's this card just like? All right, I'm going to leave it here, guys. Love and light.